Hey everybody, it's Jonathan Corbett here again, and I'm with Brendan today at Acre. He's going to be talking about Tonomo today, and Tonomo is another software where it helps real estate photographers manage all of their day-to-day tasks, but especially scheduling, uh, uh, managing your tasks, managing delivery, and a whole bunch of other things. But I'm not going to talk too much about that and let him do that. For now, go ahead and introduce yourself, Brendan. What kind of guy are you like? What are some of your favorite things to do in life?
Yeah, I'm currently coming in live from Medellin, Colombia. I'm out here in Latin America with my girlfriend, doing the digital nomad remote life. I currently manage a few of my businesses in the real estate media industry remotely. I am one of the co-founders of Aerial Canvas, help build that business to do multiple $1 million a year with a team of around 50 right now. And I also have a business out in Seattle. And most importantly, I'm here because I love this industry. I love the people, the creatives that are involved. I love the passion that a lot of us bring to the business. And I currently consult around 30 agency owners as part of an alliance, an Acre partner. We help lean into each other for resources around sales, building our team, developing our systems. And Tonomo has been something that we actually helped develop on the side at Aerial Canvas. We were their first customer. I actually got my buddy Johns out to quit his job working at an e-commerce company to develop Tonomo. And I was his first customer. I said, hey, I'll pay you $10 an order if you can develop this for us. And I had him even developing some custom features at some point.
Okay.
And I was paying him like $10,000 a month for software. And then I said, hey, like, can I sell this and make a piece? And that was more or less our original agreement. I do have a 30% revenue share for any deals that I bring in as one of kind of like a indirect founder. I'm not someone who came in wanting equity. I just said, hey, if I can help you sell it, can I make a piece? And I'll help you develop it. And so here we are now. We at Tonomo, there's a decent team of around just shy of a dozen, and we continue to build software that's great for companies like mine, real estate media companies.
All right. Well, thank you for the introduction. As with all the other interviews I'm doing here, I'm going to give you 10 minutes on the little cool device here. So here, 10 minutes is about to start. I'm going to give you full screen to do whatever you like, and I'll stay completely quiet. I'm going to be taking notes myself because, as I said, I'm going to be making a decision myself for my own real estate photography company. I know that my decision may not make the most sense for all the different types of real estate photography companies out there. But anyway, I wanted to go ahead and let everyone listen in to these presentations, and your 10 minutes starts now.
All right. Hi, everyone. Thanks for taking the time to learn more about Tonomo. To start off, what we're looking to do at Tonomo is to truly make software cutting edge for our industry. So agencies that are partnered with us can stay innovative and stay top of mind with their clients. And one thing that makes us unique is we're not the cheapest solution by any means. I know there's other competitors out there offering a cheaper product. Our whole goal is to be more like Apple, to be a semi-premium product where we invest more in our client relationships and our client support and really take the time to listen. At some point, we might change that up a little bit and offer a more accessible solution, but our plans are really designed for agencies that are looking to grow. And our smallest customer usually does around 20 to 30 projects a month. If you're just getting started, we do have like a barrier to entry. Our minimum plans right now start at $250 a month. And depending on the plan, it's $5 to $10 an order. So I know a lot of people are saying, hey, what's the price? What's the price? That's the price. But usually we like to lead with value. When being in business myself, I'm always trying to sell on value, not sell on price. There's always going to be a cheaper option out there. There's always going to be a cheaper phone. iPhone costs you $1,000. I've seen Android phones that are pretty badass, like 1080p video, 1080p screen, 4 gigs of RAM. They're selling for $100. I'm like, how is that even possible? But I still prefer the iPhone, and that's why the agencies that we're with have gone with Tonomo. So I'm going to give you a quick dive into the software. I'm going to present my screen right now. So what we're best known for at Tonomo is our visual booking experience. We want to have a software that makes the buying experience beautiful for our clients. So when you go into our booking system, as an agent, you'll put in the address, the square footage, and then you'll be presented the different packages that we have to offer at my company, Acre. This is my company in Seattle, where if I were a client, I can go in here, look through the packages, and maybe $2,000 is out of the question. I just have like a standard 3-bed, 2-bath. Okay, this is something I might consider, going all out. It seems like there's a lot of services. I can click in here and I can see all the services that this package includes. I can potentially choose add-ons right within here. And then I can also learn more about the service and package. So our goal is to create a visual buying experience. So your clients know what they're getting when they choose a package. And so right within here, we have a built-in gallery. Okay, that's not normal. I must have, hold on. There we go. My microphone was on my touchpad. Acting out. I'm like, it's not glitchy like this normally. Anyways, you click in, you can look more about the package. You can, go through a gallery. You can watch a video. My internet's not the best in Colombia right now, but you can watch a video. It'll stream it right through Vimeo or YouTube. And then you can also look at a Matterport. And we have a WYSIWYG editor. What you see is what you get. You can put in any information here. You can integrate an iGuide as well if you don't use Matterport. And then, so let's just say I am interested in this product. I can select that package, and that package will pre-select all the services that are already booked within our system or within that package. And so you might want to potentially add on a few more things. Let's just say, hey, I'm interested in Twilight Drone. Let's go ahead and add that. And then continue through the booking process. Ask a song option. Sometimes agents are lazy, like, you choose the song for me. Would you like us to scan the 3D of the ADU or garage? Yes, garage and ADU. And then our system is actually designed to sell. It's a lot of the agency owners that have switched to us have seen an increase in average order value because our system in ways is selling for you. And right now, continuing onto the screen, we have a suggested add-ons based off the service that was booked. And you can actually, in our backend system, choose which add-ons to show. So if you want to prioritize certain new products, you can do that really easily. And then from here, you do have the option to select the photographer that you prefer. And then you can also select the time. Let's just say I wanted to book on the 9th of September. Our system is going to look at our whole team's calendar, their service area, like a map of where they're at, and determine, where's what times are available. And as an agent, I select the time. I can choose to see if scheduling is flexible. This allows our team to be like, okay, we can move this around or not. And then make some additional notes. Please capture the views. In these more expensive cities, everyone's always trying to sell the views. We got a view of the mountain really far away.
Right.
Thousands. And then entry notes, lockbox 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we also require them to say when the listing is going live, September 9th. And these are all, you can actually customize your questions. All of these, like, you can move around. You can choose which questions to display. If you want to make the buying process a little bit less intense, you can. We have a very easy process where it's passwordless login. I'm already logged in, but if I wasn't, it'll capture my information and it'll send me a text with a code. And that's going to be associating the account with my number. So your customers are never going to forget or lose their account. They're always going to have their login as long as they have their cell phone. And then from here, I can add, as an agent, whoever else on my team, they should be in correspondence with any deliverables. I can choose, which agents I want the branding of the assets to be under. If I have a co-listing agent, I can add them in. If I'm booking this on behalf of another client, I can easily do that as well. And then We have the ability to take payment up front or upon delivery, but if I wanted to pay later, I'm just going to put in this coupon code, admin100, and then I'll bypass the payment here. And then we also want to do client preferences. If clients have a preference, they can put it in here on this particular project, or they can put in notes with every single one of their orders. That's just going to default pull in there once they have an account. And then also, we like to give attribution to sales. If someone has helped us get the business, we want to potentially pay them a commission. We ask who you're speaking with on our team. So if they're speaking with someone already, we could put in here Nathan Brown, our founder, and submit an order. I need to add a listing agent. Let me add, not that listing. Let me add myself again. Here we go, add this agent, submit order. And so it's going to take a few seconds, and then it's going to lock and load that project and assign a photographer right within our system. We like to be transparent. We actually provide all our photographers' numbers. We want our clients to know our photographers and build a relationship with them. And we like to tell our photographers, this business is as much as yours as it is ours. We want to pay you well. We want to make sure that you build a relationship with our clients. And then they're going to get an order overview of what they've booked. Same with the invoice. And they can change their branding if they choose to add an agent later on. And then on the back end, let's just say I was a client, I can easily go in here and I can see all of my projects. I have an admin dashboard so I can see everyone's projects, but all these projects are pulled in and all these files are easily stored, as well as their invoices. I can go in here and I can have a list view as well. And then on our end, what we see is we have an order management system, and this is what really makes us unique. We actually have a system that allows us to see all the projects coming in and assign team members to these projects. And so this gives us accountability for the project, and as well as allows us to at some of our companies manage 200, 300, 500 projects in a given month. And then we have filter features here. You can easily filter based off team member and see all the orders that are related to you. So let's just filter this particular project. I can filter based off date as well. And then what makes this really unique is our booking and project management system. You can go in here and the first thing that makes us unique is you can actually chat with your team in here. You can tag your video editors. Hey, I love you guys. You can put in like an image,
ask for feedback and correct things. All right, we're got about 15 seconds left, and then
no worries. So there's just so much more. What we're known for is our order management system, as well as our booking experience. But we have listing websites, we have marketing kits to help you create flyers. We have a Dropbox integration, native, soon to be native Google integration. And now there was an outage recently with scheduling, and that's because we were all on Nihilus. But we're going to be integrating natively with Google, with Dropbox. We have integration with Square, QuickBooks, and a few other platforms. So our system was built for scale, and it's built to help you manage a team and grow a team. But we also have individual photographers that have been very successful with our platform, because as complicated as this looks, once you have it set up, there's maybe 2 or 3 things you need to click on the workflow side to actually process and deliver an order.
Awesome. Thank you. That was a great presentation. And I especially like the fact that you came out swinging, talking about and being transparent about your pricing, because I was doing a bit of research and I have an Excel spreadsheet here filled with all sorts of things. And yours is the only one, or Tonomo is it Tonomo, or how do you pronounce it correctly?
So it's short for autonomous is how we came up with the name.
Okay.
And then I was just like, why is it called Tonomo? Because that's what it was called originally. Our LLC is Tonomo LLC. But I was just like, Tonomo is just way cuter and more memorable. And we can have a cute little robot mascot that, shows that we're trying to automate your business and your AI on the back end.
But I like you being transparent. I really like you being transparent about the higher pricing from the get-go, because you're not ashamed of it. But also, I couldn't find the information on your website. It just says, book a free demo. So thank you for coming out with that straight up. Now, just reviewing there, you said the pricing structure. You're looking to do something that's about $5 to $10 an order, or
We,
that's your
we do. So I'm going to share my screen again super quick.
Oop.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So essentially, we have two pricing models. It's $10 an order if you want all the features, and it's $5 an order if you want just the core features of the booking side and the project management side and a few other features. But it's going to come at $5 an order.
Okay. Well,
At
that's
$5 an order, it's going to come without the marketing kit.
okay.
So it's like you get the delivery features, you get the project management, you get the booking, you get all the small like CRM features, like keeping track of your clients. But like the more advanced features, like the property websites that you can click and deploy, and that's one click, it pulls all the assets from Dropbox, and same with the marketing kit. That is going to be at $10 an order. If you're at scale and you're doing maybe 300-400 projects, we have gone down to $8 an order for the premium plan. The reason why we haven't been transparent with our pricing is we're not trying to flood our business with new clients. We actually want to grow sustainably. We want to make sure our client success manager can take on and support each new client of ours and partner of ours. And we don't care necessarily to be too transparent about it right now. Though if people ask, we're not going to hide it.
Yeah, that's fine. And I think that's okay, because even with my real estate photography business, if a real estate agent tries to book me, there's not going to be a tab for pricing. They actually have to put in their information before they can see the prices. So I don't operate completely differently. That being said, your pricing is actually not that high, because I have seen lots of other companies coming right in at that $5 mark. And you're offering all the essentials at the $5 mark. Now, you have plenty of extras, like a lot of extras, and you charge extra for them. So there's nothing wrong with doing that. And just being clear about that up front is great. And if you guys want to find out about all the details on that, you can book a demo on their website. I'll go ahead and ask a few questions here. Regarding your scheduling system, one of a cool feature that I love is when someone books me for a real Twilight session, it'll actually book two different scheduled appointments. So one for all of the daytime stuff and one for the evening. And it automatically figures out the sunset time in my location. Do you guys have advanced features like that?
Yes, I believe it was solved, but me being part of the nitty gritty, I actually was not part of that process. I know that you're easily able to create two events for these calendars. I don't know if it automatically calculates the twilight time and books it automatically. I think we set like where the twilight block is, but without making myself look silly, because I don't know exactly, because I'm not that.
You're not 100% sure, but you're pretty sure you have it.
Yeah. So blocks. We have like a cheat sheet for how to a guide essentially. So I can look up twilights in this guide. Twilight.
That's
shoots.
okay. I would rather get to other questions, but I think that was good enough.
Yeah, there you go. You can set twilight hours data. So it'll set
Right,
you have to set the hours, but it'll be able to create a second calendar event for it.
Okay, awesome. So you have a task manager and everything else. Is there any type of client relations manager or even a mini version of a client relation manager where it would remind me to, let's say, follow up with a client who I haven't been in contact with in a while or hasn't placed an order in a while?
So full-blown CRM features like that, well, that wouldn't necessarily be full-blown, but those, I believe that's something we're still developing in terms of like an actual more solid CRM. We're talking about probably in the 3 to 6 months mark. Right now, we're prioritizing some other developments like more property website designs and even a more seamless and intuitive user interface.
Okay, great. We've already talked about your prices. Now, some things that I didn't used to care about have suddenly come on the forefront and have made me realize how important they are. And that includes our clients' information and their privacy, but also the terms of service in regards to who owns the photos, what type of licensing we're granting if we're using your service.
Yeah.
So let's answer this in two parts. Who, what type of protections do we have for the client information that we're providing?
That's a great question, and I know it's something that of recent came out to be much more of a concern with, let's just say, Ario and Zillow,
Right.
canoodling. So in terms of like the actual fine print, I haven't read it anytime recently, and I don't know, where it's at right now. But I can say I've asked John, the founder of the business, who owns the majority, stake in it. He says that the information is yours. We're not going to resell it. And in addition to that, like it should be obvious. Like if it's your photos, it's your photos. Like that's
Okay,
your
good.
like even when my photographers shoot for me, like I know I could say, hey, that's my work, but I let them use it on their portfolio. That's their work as well. So I mean, I'm someone who doesn't believe in like gatekeeping, like that type of ability, intellectual property,
Right.
saying, hey, it's mine, it's yours. When it comes to, I think it was the second half of your question, like the actual customer data, we actually don't have currently a mainframe like when you use Tonomo, you're not using it like Facebook where you're coming onto our platform. We actually duplicate the code and spin up your own server. So like none of that data is interacting with each other currently. And
Okay.
if you open it up to talk with different Tonomo platforms, that's something that probably will be done through some sort of integration where you have to set your permissions to allow for something like that.
Okay, great. Thank you. Let's talk about analytics. I love having these types of services because I'm a huge numbers oriented guy and I love tracking my progress, seeing what type of shoots I'm doing, comparing my performance to previous years, all of that. Do you guys have good reporting system, analytics, average
Yeah,
order value, like you were saying earlier?
absolutely. Just real quick, I like to rather show than tell.
Yeah.
So if someone were to get on our platform and they wanted to see some numbers, it's actually really easy to do that in our reporting feature. So you can actually go in here and I can see all the projects. Let's just say I want to see all the projects last month. It's going to pull all those projects in, and you can download an Excel spreadsheet if you want to play with that data more, all the data points. But you can see here, at Aero Canvas, we did around $300,000 last month with around 388 orders. A little bit slower than what we expect during these seasons, but it's California and we got low inventory. And then from here, you can actually filter as on people as well. Let's just say you have a larger team, you want to see all the projects that someone on your team, like for instance, one of our creatives, Henry, did. You can filter based off that. You can filter based off service to see how many of each individual service was booked, and then you can filter based off like the order status, booking status, payment status. In terms of like visual representation, we do have an integration with Google Visual Data Studio or something like that. I
Right.
haven't used it personally, but I know like all this information can get pulled into Google, and then we have like widgets that display a little bit more. It's something that I don't think it's where it could be in terms of like how intuitive, like a little dashboard that says total invoices, total projects. Right when you go in here, you kind of have to pull it up. It
Okay.
takes one step.
No worries. All right. Well, we got a little bit of time left. Where should everybody go if they want to learn more about Tonomo, getting as much information if they're interested as possible? What would be the best place for them to go to?
So if you want to just shoot me a text, right now we're a pretty intimate group and we're not expecting a flood of clients. And whoever's watching this all the way through, you finally
Mhm.
got my personal line and number. My personal cell phone is 650-850-2431. I respond
Okay.
to all my texts within 24 hours. If you're interested in Tonomo, you can book a demo with them on tonomo.io, but you won't be speaking with me. And I won't be getting my revenue share, which is fine because I'm also an investor in that business. I invested $100,000 for 3% equity at a $3 million valuation. But yeah, the whole goal is to keep building it as a great alternative to other platforms. And I think one part that makes it unique as well is, we're really, really, really like into building the best software. Like if you look at our roadmap and look at how fast we've come up with features and how fast our not just team, but our client base is willing to beta test features. Like right now, we have a feature where you can book creative projects. It doesn't have to ask for a listing address. You can book portraits, headshots, branding shoots, and it'll show those products first instead of the listing address. So we're constantly trying to push it.
All right, awesome. And I also think it's really cool that people can get in touch with you directly. I think that shows a lot of not just hustle, but accountability, wanting to prove that you're wanting business. Because one of the big things for me is just wanting to see that somebody wants my business. They're enthusiastic about it. Because, man, sometimes it feels like you go to someone to get help, and it's like you're a bother to them. So, yeah, you're definitely in it to win it, and you're there for people. All right.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for handling all the questions today. I know that I can be very much business related and ask a lot of tough questions, but I really appreciate your presentation. I really appreciate answering all your questions. I think you dialed up the transparency quite a bit, which I really respect a lot. So it just shows that you're always looking to improve yourself in all sorts of ways. Where do you think that Tonomo, like, what is your ultimate goal? Are you guys trying to be the number one piece of software for real estate photographers in the next 5 years, the next 2 years, or you don't really want to be number one, you just want to provide a good product over the long term?
Oh, I think if you're trying to do anything, you should try to win and be the best. Otherwise you're not truly passionate, and you might want to pick a different industry. I think for me personally, like everything I do, I'm trying to be the best. And the best is subjective, obviously. Like for me, it's about making the most people smile and have a good feeling about me, and want to show up and get my back when things aren't going the way I'm expecting it to. And that's how I like to do business. As long as we keep pushing. And I think, in many ways we are the best. We believe strongly we have the best booking experience in terms of like the visual booking experience. We believe strongly we have the best order management experience. And that's because there's been a lot of clients that have switched from our competitors to us because we have things that our competitors don't offer right now. And that's only going to continue to grow. A lot of what we've done is more mom and pop. We bootstrapped this entire business from cash flow. It's not something that, there was a little bit of investor funding, but I don't think we've raised more than $500,000 to date. And a lot of it's been a lot of, late nights and mastermind sessions and listening to our clients to build the best software and continue to build it. And, who knows what's to come, but, we're not definitely not trying to sell out in a way, like no one's going to turn down $100 million. Like, I don't like, I think a lot of people have sold their souls for like a lot of money. That's a whole topic in itself, about like selling out. But, sometimes, like you just got to take a look at yourself, right? If you want something, there's a lot of people that don't believe in cheap labor and blah, blah, blah. But they still shop at Walmart, and they don't shop at like Whole Foods or someplace more sustainable. And it's just like, you say you don't like that and you don't like corporate, but you buy all these corporate things. And like the iPhone, when it exists, if this was made in America, probably cost you $2,500.
And it probably wouldn't be as good either.
And it probably wouldn't be around because it's not competitive. So you got to just realize that the market's going to take care of itself. And, if you don't like what you're getting paid or you don't like something, you can always walk. No one, like we don't have long-term contracts at Tonomo. It's month to month. But right now our churn, which means like how many clients are leaving us, is less than 3%.
Awesome. All right. So people seem to like you guys. If anyone ever wondered, yes, Tonomo, Brendan, They're very legit. So check them out and feel free to make a decision for yourself. And thank you so much, Brendan, for hanging out. Wish you the best.
It's always fun to hang out. Thanks again, Jonathan.
See you, man.